Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beilein to Victory podcast. This is episode 28, and we will get going. So, the plan for today is to be a quick podcast. We'll go right over the beatdown we put on Texas A&M, and then we will discuss the Florida State game coming up tonight, details, keys, and the pick. So, on Thursday night, Michigan defeated Texas A&M 99-72 in an absolute beatdown. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman scored 24 points and had 7 assists, and Michigan could not miss from the field. Now, it was good to see them get their confidence up after not shooting well in the first couple of games, but they can't get too caught up in that because Texas A&M played no defense. That was pathetic. That was probably the worst defensive performance I've ever seen in a college basketball game. They were wide open shooters all over the floor. That was bad. That was really bad. Texas A&M just collapsed. They didn't play well at all. Michigan played great. Played good defense all game. I guess those two big guys down low, they're pretty good. Good big guys. It was a great performance, and just offensively it was unreal. The shots they were making, the shots they were taking, and the shots that were going in, the volume of three-pointers, they continued to go in for them. Unreal. What a performance. And it's going to be tough. If they shoot like that and they play like that every game, they will win the national championship. And that's not even a discussion. Nobody's going to argue with that. But that's going to be a hard performance to replicate. Definitely not going to be easy. So, tonight, Michigan in Los Angeles again at 8:49 on CBS will play number 9 seeded Florida State in the Elite Eight. Chance to go to the Final Four on the line. So, Florida State surprised many, defeating Gonzaga. Killian Tilly less Gonzaga. They were able to get here. To give them credit, they've beaten a higher seed every game in this tournament. They've won, and they're not afraid of the moment. This is a good team. This is a big team. And this is a team that has beaten 3 teams with better talent than them to get here. This is not a team you got to mess around with. Got to stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize and then win this game. If they get out of focus, they could easily lose any lead they have, any advantage they have. You got to make sure they stay focused. And that brings us to our 3 keys. We must stay close in the rebounding column. That's why I have Teskey here. They're huge. They have a bunch of 7-footers on their team. Teskey and Wagner are going to be key. One note on them, they are horrible at defending the 3. So if we were able to make open shots, we're going to win this game. I didn't put that as a key, though, because that's not their strength at all. We got to stay focused. As I said, they didn't really get Gonzaga on it. They didn't have Killian Tilly. But they got Xavier out of focus. Xavier thought they had the game in the bag. They came back and won. Got to stay focused. And I think Beilein's going to sub quite a bit tonight. Florida State has a big bench. They can play as many as 13 guys. And against Gonzaga, they really showed that everybody contributed. So if we can match that with 9 guys off the bench, 8 or 9 guys off the bench, we'll be all set in this game. We just have to make sure we stay focused, and we have to rely on the guys off the bench to play well in this game. That is a big key. Guys off the bench need to play well. Duncan Robinson needs to score north of 6-7 points. Jordan Poole has to be an impact, and he has to play good defense tonight. And to make sure when these 7-footers, these big guys have the ball out on the post, especially if there's no Teskey in the game, it's just Wagner, that we're able to dig down. The guards are able to dig down. Maybe get a couple steals out of that. Another note I wanted to mention the other night, I was impressed all around, and Rockman played a great game, but who really impressed me was Xavier Simpson. He made a couple threes, which we haven't seen in a while. He was spinning all over the place. He was getting to the rim, and he was playing great defense, and his defense is really underrated. I don't know how many steals he had in that game, but it was a lot. He played really, really well, and I think a lot of people are forgetting that. Without him, that game is really close. I mean, Xavier Simpson was unbelievable in that game. You got to give him a lot of credit. And you have to give him a lot of credit. Okay. So my pick is going to be Michigan, 67-61, and hopefully they are cutting down the nets by the end of the night in Los Angeles. This is going to be a defensive struggle. So will the game before them with Loyola and Kansas State. I'll update my Final Four in a second. But, it's going to be a defensive struggle. The only thing that could drive up the score is if Florida State really is not able to key in on the 3-ball for Michigan and they just start raining in threes. It's going to be a long night for Florida State if that happens. But this is not a team that can be slept on. They could easily lose this game. Florida State's a good team. All right. Before we go, I would like to update my Final Four picks. I had Villanova, Kansas, and Michigan. Keeping those. I had those from the beginning. My other team, Kentucky, got knocked out by Kansas State the other night. And out of the South, I'm going to pick Loyola Chicago to go to the Final Four and beat Kansas State tonight. Hoping Sister Jean and the Ramblers can ramble on to the Final Four. All right, well, that's going to do it. I'll be back on Sunday on the Big Four podcast, so don't miss that, win or lose. And also I'll be back Tuesday, hopefully recapping this game and hopefully previewing the Final Four. But we'll see what happens. Go Blue.